Yo, what's good, people? This your favorite most turned up host, Soto, man. Here with Mental Health Mondays, the motherfucking podcast. With my co-host, Dirty Eagle, in the building.
What's happening, man?
What's up, what's good, man?
Man, chilling, man. Happy to be here. Happy to kick off the show. This is what we need. You know what I'm saying? This is what us, particularly as black people, this is something that we desperately have been needing. Something to check us, man. We go through a lot of different shit, and a lot of times we have nowhere really to express ourselves or anything like that. So,
man,
get ready, man.
Hey, we need this platform too,
we do,
man.
definitely.
Like you said, like especially us as black men, man. Like sometimes a lot of people, like especially females, like when we be in our feelings, they be like, man, this nigga a little bitch, and it's like, nah, it ain't that. So niggas can't have feelings, man. So that's why I'm glad, you know what I'm saying. We finna start using our platform for a bigger purpose, right? So. If y'all watched us last week with our intro Instagram live, that will be up in another hour or two on YouTube. So make sure y'all subscribe to that YouTube channel, Zoto Thoughts, the podcast. You know what I'm saying, on YouTube. Very dope. You know what I'm saying. Share with your friend, tell their friend, and they gonna tell their friends. What the fuck we do? Alright.
So the biggest goal I think that we want is to start opening up the communication with one another. I know me personally, I've been through a lot of different tough ass shit, and we tend to hoard all that stuff, all that emotion, and all the things that we went through to ourselves. We don't express ourselves, like you said, man.
Yeah.
If we do express ourselves to somebody, they may call us a bitch, or they may
think they're equal to bitch.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? You can't be vulnerable in our community, especially as a black man, because we're supposed to not have no goddamn emotions. And I don't understand how we gonna walk around with all this shit that happened to us on a regular basis and never be able to express it. It make a lot of sense to me. So this is gonna open up a lot of doors, man.
So I'm gonna use my platform as a radio personality, you know, a promoter, you know what I'm saying, a host. He gonna use his platform as an artist, as a, you know what I'm saying, as an actor. Me too, as an actor, man.
Radio show host,
you know what I'm saying? Radio show host too, you know what I'm saying? The VIP lounge every Thursday, you know what I'm saying? So basically what we're gonna do every Monday, we just gonna bring different guests on who, if you're going through mental health, if you know somebody that's going through mental health, we gonna bring you on. And we just gonna sit and have a good, like, it's probably gonna get deep, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be deep.
You know what I'm saying? So like, bring your tissue, bring your liquor, bring your, you know what I'm saying? Don't bring no weed, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't smoke, you know what I'm saying? I got bronchitis, anybody got time for that? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna do it every Monday. So if you out there and you going through mental health, you know what I'm saying, hit us up. It's no judgment zone here, because we all go through things, man. This is gonna be a safe zone. You come to the studio, he check studio, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get it cracking.
Yeah, I think another good idea is if y'all have any questions or y'all been through something, you know, maybe you don't know how to work it out, DM one of us, man. And it could be something, maybe a topic that we'll talk about to help you out. You ain't got to necessarily come on the show. Maybe you still feel a little weird about coming on something like this and expressing yourself. You ain't got to, man.
Yeah,
we can even keep you anonymous. Kind of express what's going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just, you know, maybe it can help you without really putting your business out there. So if we can help you that way, just DM one of us, whatever you're going through. And we'll talk about it and see if we can come to a resolution for you, man.
Because I know it's a lot of hotlines and shit out there, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes a lot of people don't be wanting to talk to hotlines because like, I don't want to talk to nobody new, but them is the most prominent people that you should talk to, because they can't judge you, and they can't judge you because they don't know you as a person.
Exactly.
So they don't know, like, no background information on if you used to be a thug, if you used to be a stripper, like they don't know your past. Right. So you listening to them, they gonna be like, oh, okay. So this, and they gonna try to get a solution on that. So we them people, we gonna be our therapists. You know what I'm saying? Like the homie Soto and Dirty Eagle. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get it started. We're gonna start with my boy Dirty Eagle.
Like the first guest on the show.
You know what I'm saying? First guest, we're gonna interview each other, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about our mental health. That's what we're gonna, when y'all come on the show, we're gonna, you know, talk about each other's mental health. We're gonna help each other, you know what I'm saying, do good. You know what I'm saying? And check on your strong friends. It's okay to not be okay, man. Absolutely. Just take everything here.
I wore it today. It's okay not to be okay.
Yeah, man, I wore mine last week, so you know I didn't want to be a dirt, even though I did wash it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, oh, Soto wore the same,
ain't got no other clothes.
Same shirt. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no other clothes, but I do. So good question for you. Mental health. What does mental health like mean to you, and what was your struggle with your mental health?
I think mental health ultimately is your ability to find your peace.
Facts.
Mine, man, I'm gonna just be 100% real with you. My shit started when I was really young. I was like 4, and my father was murdered while I was in the house. So I'm not getting into too many details on that, but Yeah, some people came in the house, man. My father had got to the crib. He was a high-ranking gang member or whatever, but they were waiting in the bedroom. When he got in the bedroom, they attacked him, beat him with baseball bats, and killed my father in the house. I was downstairs sleeping. So, you know, you growing up and, you know, your father was murdered. Growing up on the west side of Chicago, well, you know how
Out West Illinois.
Out West Illinois is a whole...
It's a whole different planet out there. Like,
so, you know, growing up on the west side of Chicago, no father, really no father figures and nothing like that. You kind of just out there, man. You just go through some struggles, and then growing up in our neighborhoods, it's not cool to express yourself ever.
At all.
It's just not cool, and you know what I mean. We kind of just self-medicate to get ourselves through whatever we're going through. So it really started for me, man, when I was really young. And then a few years back, somebody I knew for, man, it had to be over 20 years, bro. Nah, like 25 years. Tweaking over some goofy shit. And something ain't had nothing to do with me. It was Christmas Eve. I had a big ass party at the house. He left the party, came back with a gun, and shot me trying to attack my family, almost killed me. So even with a situation like that, as an adult, I still never even got any help. I just kind of go through it, but that's not healthy because, you know, when you have something really traumatic happen to you and you don't process it properly, you end up taking that shit out on people, on the wrong people. So like, I'm married, and my wife, she gets the brunt end of a lot of things because I don't know how to verbally express myself. So it kind of just lash out, or I self-medicate, you know what I'm saying? I smoke a little weed every now and then, but I get drunk as fuck.
Yeah, but you know with that, a lot of people do use that defense mechanism to like deal with it, but that's like the worst thing to do when you going through something, because you just feel like that just for that moment. Like, I just feel good for this moment, but once that shit that down, like,
it's still there.
It's just still there.
I think it makes it worse though.
It do make it worse.
You know, you really, I mean, for the moment, you kind of, you know, you're turning a blind eye to your own issues, but you're not really fixing the root of the problem. And then, you know, if you do too much, you might tweak the fuck out and hurt somebody. Hurt yourself just off the pure thing because you're not in your right mind. So, it's not good. I mean, it helps, but it truly isn't what you really
need. Like
need.
an in the moment thing.
Yeah.
And that's where like accountability come in at, because like a lot of people would blame somebody else for them being depressed or for them going through whatever they're going through. So it's just like, but you forget that you yourself put yourself in this situation to where you're going to, like, prime example, it's this girl that live in Mississippi, her baby daddy always into it. So this nigga, he basically was like cheating on her and shit. But like, why would you try to go commit suicide because she broke up with you? Like, accountability. You was out here doing bogus, and this y'all first child together. So it's just like, you can't blame nobody else for your depression. Like, you gotta take accountability for it. So man, that's
it's heavy, man. You know,
it's real heavy.
And then, you know, when you're growing up, you don't, and especially if your family really don't know how to deal with those problems, they don't understand why you're kind of wilding out as a kid. And then it progresses, and then you get into adulthood, and then you kind of not really have ability to check yourself. You know what I mean?
You don't know how to.
You don't know how to.
Like, you be like, do I want to, like, a lot of people think checking themselves is like checking themselves out of life. Like,
nah. It's just like, man, you bogus, bro. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? That's not the right move.
Check yourself. You gotta hold yourself accountable for, you know what I'm saying, your actions and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's all you gotta say about it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
then I can go on.
So you say like that's PTSD.
Yeah, man. I mean, just think about it, you getting shot. We're at a Christmas party. I got my family there, my kids witness when you get shot down. So even like, you know, when we have that holiday and that special moment, it's never
Christmas.
It's never the same. You know what I mean? So we really don't even like being at the house. We'll probably travel to family in Virginia or whatever, just so kind of get our mind off of that.
Like, bring back, because even though it wasn't in that house, it was in the house. So like, being in that own space, you kind of get trapped and just be like, nah, I don't want to be here around the holidays. So,
and you know what's crazy though? A lot of things I kind of like, when you don't handle it, or stuff don't get handled when you're younger, it kind of is a cycle. So like when you know what I mean? So when I got shot, one of the first things I should have did was got everybody who witnessed it therapy to be able to address the situation and overcome that. And I didn't even do that. I kind of just went through life, you know what I mean, and just pushed that to the back of my mind, but it may not be the same for them. that may be the forefront. I mean, seeing your dad shot down in front of the crib on Christmas, and I mean, it can't be too healthy for you.
It ain't. I don't think it is, because I don't even like seeing people getting killed on like movies and shit. Or, like even seeing the after effects of like, I don't even like walking in spaces. Like if somebody just got killed on 7th by the rail line, I wouldn't even feel comfortable getting out.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like even though I wasn't right there, it's like it's just fucking
it's
right there.
It's like that body was there, that presence was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy. Like a lot of people with mental health do start like out when they're younger, but they really don't. You can't really tell it's mental health because you never been like taught that. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody ever came to you and be like, yo, you got mental health issues.
Right.
Or if they did, you got a whooping for like crying and like
it was like, you're lashing out, you're getting your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? You're going through something, they whooping your ass, but it's actually a problem.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like even like white people. Shout out to the white people that shut
the YT people.
The YT people. But even them, like if there's some issues going on with their kids, even at an early age, they get them a therapist ASAP.
They do.
Work this shit out with them. They ain't got time for all this aggressive.
That shit really don't even be happening because they'll like, they still that's not their parents. Like, mommy, fuck you. Like, and if that was in a black household, we'll be getting our ass knocked out. Like we'll be getting knocked the fuck out. Like it feel like that, man.
But you know, the thing is, it's introduced to them extremely early on. Man. They might be 6, 7, 8 years old. Yeah. So even as they grow up, at least they know that exists. Being 7, 8 years old, we don't know that we need to go speak to a therapist or anything like that.
Thinking about playing.
All right, you know what I'm saying? And then we're going through these things, and we're wilding out at school or at the house, and we don't know where the fuck we're supposed to go. I mean,
those are facts. You know what I'm saying? And that's funny that you said it, because like a lot of people don't know that like I've been going through anxiety like my whole life too. Like just.
So when did it start for you?
Shit, like 4 or 5. Like I said, I didn't really know what it was, but it just got even better. Like I'm just like, man, I'm just a nervous ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I never knew that like that was like one of the symptoms of like having anxiety. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought that I was just like always just this nervous, shy ass kid. And then when I get around people, it's like I know how to dance, so I'm finna do a couple of moves. And it was like, I now looking at it. And now understanding it, that was part of my defense mechanism to, you know what I'm saying, fucking, you know what I'm saying, not going through anxiety. So like, knowing what anxiety is now, I'm just like, damn, nigga, you went through a whole lot of shit. So, like, my family know this shit. Like, growing up, I always was like the oddball motherfucker, right? So like, I fought like, my mama whooped my ass, so I never fought my mama. Like, so I fought,
you a bad man,
like
your mama.
Nah, I fought my grandma, I fought my uncle, fought my cousins, fought like I was just like one of those little kids that was like, man, I don't care how old you is, like in order for me to respect you even as me as a little kid, like you gotta get that respect. Yeah. Like that's the rule that we're going through life with, so like we gotta do that shit. So it's like I was the one that was like getting whoopings for everything, like don't bring Lonnie over here. That's how Lonnie Williams comes from. Don't bring Lonnie over here because he bad, but it's like I'm being bad because I'm always being left out. You know what I'm saying? Like
so I just started way of lashing out.
Yeah.
You're not including me, and the reason why I'm lashing out is because you're not including me. You're not including me because I'm lashing out.
And so like I'm just like, man, but that's still not the excuse to like lash out. But it was like no other way to deal with it. Like even up to the age of like from like 5 to like I ain't even gonna cap like 16, 17, like. I never really liked my daddy. Like, I used to call all my stepdads, like, yeah, rest in peace to my stepdaddy, Darnell. I used to be like, man, Darnell, my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever, Nate, my daddy. Because, like, I never liked my daddy. Like, that's the honest true shit. And so, like, even now, like, our relationship is, like, this shit past that. You know what I'm saying? But it was just, like, a lot of, like, oh, nah, if you come over here, you're going to get in trouble for most of your shit. Just like, damn, okay. So like, I just got in that mental like, damn. So don't nobody in this family fuck with me. And like, even from the age of 4 to the age of like going through like high school and shit, like I never have really like people come to like graduation and shit like they did for everybody else. Graduation parties, proms. I had like 8 people there. You know what I'm saying? But all my other brother and them, or like my sister and them, shit, it was like packed. You know what I'm saying? Man, it was, and then it was this one thing where my auntie husband, this nigga gave me like $75, $100 because I bought all my shit myself, like all my prom shit myself. Like, and my mama, she like gave me like half, and I'm like, shit, I'm doing this after school matter shit, so you know what I'm saying? I can't help pay for shit, and then my mama working, but she got to pay the bills, so I might as well just go and do this shit for myself. And this nigga gave me like $60. I'm like, all right, that, take a picture with him for the stuff with the little $60. It's like 2009. Shit, $60, like that was a pair of first ones, right? That was okay, good. You know what I'm saying? This nigga ended up, as soon as the picture was over, he like, oh, nephew, I need that back.
Stop it.
What type of broken nigga shit? Just so like, I was on Prom G, and I was just like,
Wait, he gave you the money to just stun on the picture?
To like stun on the picture with you. Like, and if you go back to like my prom pictures, and like go on Facebook, go to my prom pictures, I got a photo album that say 2009. You're gonna see me with the money, and you're gonna always remember like this the money that this nigga, it's the money that this nigga took from. It's just like that. So it's like yeah, even then, man, like even then at the age of 18, I still didn't know what mental health, what like having all that shit is. Until I got into Illinois Media School 2017, 2016, and I just like started to like look up depression, and that's when it really like went into its like outbursts and shit. You know what I'm saying? So man, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you go through life not knowing why you acting a certain way, and then as you get older and you get educated about shit, you start to be like, oh, okay, damn, that's what the fuck it was. This what it was and shit. It's man. I ain't even do it now, but I just know, like, I see other people going through mental health, and I help them with their mental health, so that's what warms up my heart, and that's what helped me cope with my mental health, with helping them with their mental health. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a whole lot of other shit to say. We got 10 more minutes, you know what I'm saying? But, like, my shit, I think I really started to, like, affect me more because, like, I was in a relationship from 2009 to 2015. 5 years, right? Throughout that 5 years, like I knew who I was, but in my relationship, I had to sacrifice my career as a radio personality for my relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go through that, and so it's like I lost myself with trying to make my girl happy instead of making both of us happy together. You know what I'm saying? So when we broke up, mind you, 2 days into us knowing each other, I kind of like moved in because she ain't like being alone. You know what I'm saying? She a Virgo. She one of them people like I can't be alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She grew up in a foster home at age 13. Just a little backstory on her. So like I was just like so busy and I just like forgot about myself. And so like I'm like, man, like, nah, dog, you need to get back to Lonnie, you need to get back to, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't called Zoe. I ain't started being called Zoe until I got to Illinois Media School, college where I graduated in 2016. So it's like we broke up 2015, 2016. She had made a status on Facebook, and she was basically like, you know what I'm saying, the one person who I let my guard down to and shit. You know what I'm saying? They ended up hurting me. Plus, you know what I'm saying, her mom ended up hurting her too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, damn, and that got me depressed because like I wasn't trying to hurt you like by cheating and shit, but it was just like that's what the result of me hurting you did and got you depressed. So that's when I really started looking to this shit. So when I found out I got her depressed, I got depressed myself too. Like I didn't want to go outside, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do none of this shit. Like, man, I got what's this shit called? I went to something. No, I got my own apartment after we broke up. I got my own apartment, and I was just like so lonely and miserable. Like I always stayed outside. So like up until this day, a lot of people get mad at me and ask me like, yo, why you always in the house? I mean, why you always outside?
Right.
I can't be in the house because the house get me depressed. Even being around people, that shit get me depressed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't. Like I'm always outside, and outside is my defense mechanism. Because if I'm in the house, I'm thinking about shit. Like I'm thinking about shit. Even if when I'm walking down the street by myself, like my anxiety, it be my anxiety. I be like, man, my biggest fear is dying, right? You know, so that's my biggest fear. I know we all gotta die someday, but my biggest fear is dying. So like I be walking down the street, I'm like, man, we ain't gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? I know we can't live long, but then like I legit start like crying and like crying tears and shit, and like. I feel that shit up in here. So, yeah, man, it be crazy, but that's all got to do with your mental health. Like, that's why your mental health is your wealth. And it's okay to not be okay, right? Because, like, we all going through some shit, and sometimes we all use laughter, we all use comedy, we all use, like, even if we be on Facebook, like, talking about other people, that's our defense mechanism because we going through shit our own self. So, how do you deal with your mental health? What did you do to, even though you said that you still, you know what I'm saying, go through like the PTSD and shit, like how do you cope with it?
Music is probably the biggest therapy I've had. Like losing my grandma or losing somebody real close to me due to domestic violence. Losing my dad when I was really younger, stuff like that. I have the ability to express it through music and get it out. So although maybe I don't have a therapist that I go see and I lay on the couch and I talk to him, I still have a form of therapy. You know what I mean? By getting that stuff up, it's not hoarding in me. Like losing my dad at a really young age, it took years to overcome that. Especially if you ever hear the real story behind it.
Yeah. But I can just tell just from the details surrounding it that it was just like, it sounded like the whole time when you were telling your story, I'm like, that's how they got Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
When it was people that knew my dad, you know what I'm saying? That's whatever. But yeah, man, therapy for me is truly music. I don't really trust, just you know how it is growing up. You don't really trust a lot of people with your emotional stability. You just kind of just gear away from them.
You just be like,
you push them away because you don't want nobody taking that your vulnerability and using it as your weakness or whatnot. So music has been probably the biggest thing. Even with my wife, I'm married. Even to this day, that's like the closest person to me. Not like that is the closest person to me. And I still have an issue verbalizing it because I've been taught myself this so long that even when we're hurt for a third of my life, I still, you know what I'm saying?
And then sometimes you're probably thinking like, man, you don't want to put your mental health and your problems
all that on her. Because she already deals with every damn thing.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? And she takes everybody's shit on. So yeah, you're absolutely right, man. You don't want to just throw everything
on that. You know, 1 out of 7 kids are going through mental health issues, and a lot of us think, right? Oh, like, what's wrong with you? Why you being mean? Why you being bad? That kid probably be getting bullied at school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That kid probably be getting verbally abused by you as a parent. You know what I'm saying? The father or like the people that's outside or another family member. So while you're protecting your mental health, make sure you protect the mental health of others that's around you.
Particularly one that really can't defend themselves.
Especially a kid.
You know what I mean? Because
they're supposed to be learning from you. You're supposed to be like a mentor to them. Even if the kids are not yours, like it's still your responsibility as a person in the community, especially in this community, that you know what I'm saying, you help lead people down the right path. And that's even if they don't take that path, as long as you know in your heart, you showed them the road, right? And you can sit up and you can be proud of yourself and you can take accountability and be like, now I showed this one person how to do it, you know what I'm saying? And so that's what it is, right? So protect your mental health at all costs, man. It's okay to not be okay. And always, man, check on your strong friends.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your strong friends are busy being strong for, I'm too busy being strong for him. Right? So he got to make sure that he's strong enough for himself so he can be strong enough for his wife, his kids. I got to be strong enough for, you know what I'm saying, the people that I live with, my family, my mom, my nieces, my nephews, everybody who look at Zoto as like a big ass support system, right? So it's the first episode 1.5, you know what I'm saying? This will be up next Monday, so we gonna drop an episode every Monday, man. So like we said, man, you can email zotoentertainment@gmail.com. That's ZODOE entertainment@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely hit that link down below. You can subscribe. You can also email Dirty Eagle. He's gonna let you know about that.
DirtyEagle@gmail.com. That's DIRTTYEAGLE@gmail.com. Hit me up, man. Anything you want us to talk about, we got you. We're gonna make sure we put it in our next episode.
Sorry, so Zoto Thoughts, the podcast. That's what you subscribe to on YouTube. This is Mental Health Monday. It's the podcast. We will be dropping every Monday around 7 or 8 o'clock, depending on YouTube. So if you or anybody out there that's dealing with health, email the both of us, hop in our DM, you know what I'm saying? Pull up on me. Pull up on us. Pull up on me. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let's get it.